Welcome. I'm Andrea Kennedy, and we are live. It is the first Thursday of September. I don't know about you, I cannot even believe it's September already. And so, where I live, it's fall, and we're getting ready for the colder weather. And I know some of you are in different places around the world, and it might be spring for you. Um, and I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody. You've been here early. You've come in, you've chatted in the chat. I see Evelyn's there with all of the rainbow hearts. I love that. Good to see you here, Evelyn. Yes, and I'm very excited that you'll be in class next weekend. I'm so glad it worked out for you to join in. Um, for any of you wondering, I do have a Reiki 1 and 2 class, and it starts September 16th. It's 2 days. And at the end of 2 days, you go from knowing nothing about Reiki to being able to share Reiki to anyone, regardless of where they are in the world. And you can even send it through time, which I know sounds, I don't know, maybe far out. But you know what? That's what we're doing here. And think about when you view the videos and all those wonderful comments that you offer about feeling the energy after it's been recorded. So imagine that. And anyway, it's literally putting a tool for wellness and balance and peace into your own hands. So anyway, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. I just saw that in the comments and wanted to say, we'll get started here in just a moment. We're going to do a Reiki meditation and share for you today. And after that, we'll move into the Ask Me Anything phase of our event. And so if you want to hang out, I'll stay on and answer some questions for you live. All right. Ooh, I can just feel everything starting here as we get going. This is my Reiki grid. Many of you know about the grid. And it sends out distant Reiki to all who are named. To all who are named there, if you've requested to be in here before, you are in here and receiving. And it's just another way that I can offer some support for you. Yeah. Are we ready? I think we are. So here we go. I would invite you now to take a couple of deep breaths. And decide in this moment that you take all your personal energy, all the thoughts, all the worries, all the distractions. Take all of that and set it aside. This time is our time to be together and to fully focus on you, your journey here on earth, your wellness, your life force energy that flows in and around your body. And it is time to tune in and welcome the highest frequencies of Reiki energy offered for you. All for your highest good. You may have your eyes open or closed. Just simply intend to receive for your highest good. You're invited to state an intention as we move through our meditation. But the nature of Reiki energy will always help you. In ways that are most helpful. Tuning in to your body now. As I offer you this Reiki, and we visualize together. You may feel some sensations in your body, or you may not. Results realized do not depend on the sensations that you feel or do not. Imagine now that you're standing outside in a place that feels beautiful to you. Notice your surroundings. What is there for you? See, feel, imagine, and intend that brilliant sunlight finds its way to you. And as you stand in this light, you can feel a warmth, a love, and a vibration that is unique and powerful. Feel the warmth upon your skin and invite this energy to soak within, inviting the light in for your healing, for your balance, and for the opening that you are ready for. You have opened up to many things throughout this lifetime, and the possibilities for you to open and evolve much further are available. You're asked to look within. What do you hold on to that prevents you from opening to the new possibilities that await you? For when we let go, we free ourselves into the future we wish to manifest. You may choose now something that you are ready to let go of, knowing the permission to let go lies within you and nowhere else. If the anchor of this issue, of this energy you resist letting go of, if that connection point were to be anywhere within your physical body, Where would it be? Where is it rooted in your energy? Looking with your inner wisdom, your inner vision. Whatever it is you're ready to let go of in that location, does it have a shape? It's perfectly fine if you aren't sure. Does it have a color? Perhaps you can see or know a texture. Does it make a sound or does it say anything to you? Are you ready to let it go? Are you ready to let go of anything else holding on has caused in your life? Do not be afraid. And if you are ready to let go of this anchored energy, so you may open up in new ways to new vibrations of energy and manifestation. State that you receive now and you let it go. You are worthy and it is time. And I'll be silent for a few minutes as the energy works directly with you, focusing on that area and that shape that you define. This Reiki energy knows everything about you and is able to locate all aspects, all things in relation to what you're ready to let go of across time, including lifetimes, across all dimensions that you have ever resided in. To fully address and fully release the cords, connectors, and attachments that have held this in place for you until now. This energy will continue to work with you, and that shape that you identified, so that the process of letting go takes place in a way that is perfect for you. Again, looking within your body, noticing what is in that location now. Is there a change? Are there emotions that you're feeling about letting go? I place my hands now over your heart, offering you Reiki. I see the love that you are. I see your wholeness. I see the light you have always been, the light you are in this moment, and the light you shall forever be. Your brilliance is unwavering, and any other perspective is simply illusion. And may you gently awaken even further than you already have to see and feel and know the light of who you are. And until you can, I will remind you. And it is my honor to do that. You are safe to let it all go. You are safe to tune in to your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. For this authority is tied to universal truth. May you remember you are sovereign in your energy. You are powerful beyond measure. You are not what others think you are or are not. You are free. You are free. You are free. And as we begin to prepare to come back, glimpse once more with your inner eye. Is the shape still there? Is there a change? And simply decide to keep letting go of this or anything else that you choose in the ways that are appropriate for you. and unweighted. You shall ascend, and your beingness shall reflect more of the light that you are. Bringing your awareness to your surroundings. Inviting gratitude for this moment, for your presence here on earth is very important. And as you take care of yourself and your personal journey, you inform the vibration for all on the planet. You express yourself through vibration at all times. Even when you sit still, say nothing, and take no action, your vibration broadcasts outward. This energy affects not only other people, but the earth, and crosses dimensions. The ripples that emanate from you energetically simply by being on the earth cannot be fathomed, cannot be understood fully by our consciousness. You are asked to simply know, believe that being here is instrumental. Being here each day, taking care of yourself, taking steps to heal, to grow, to learn. This is elevating our world. And I thank you and invite everyone present now or in the future to also thank you. In oneness, we are. And when you're ready, if you haven't already, you may open your eyes and join us again. Here. Beautiful. I need to rearrange my stuff here. There we go. Wow. Huh. How about that? What do I want to say? I don't know. I just kind of adapted something today that is part of the Reiki style that I teach. And uh, I'd love to see in the chat, what happened? Did you let it go? Is the Did you see a shape there first and foremost? You don't have to, but did you see a shape? Is it gone? And what if it isn't gone yet? Simply just decide that the process is still working for you. And then what I would invite you to do is after you've had a good sleep, so tomorrow, when you wake up, look within. Is the shape still there? Is the shape still there? Are there changes? And then if it isn't released all the way, if you still see things, get out a pen and paper and perhaps tune in with a quiet mind and ask, why are you still here? See what comes to you. Write it down. There's a whole world for you to explore inside, even with everything vying for your attention out here. So that's not nothing. That's time very well spent. Yeah. I think, oh, let's see. Oh, hi, Renata. Lighter color. Nice. Softened and lightened. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Carolyn. Oh, it's progressing. Good, good, good. Yes. Oh, nice. Goodbye, black gnarly blob at my solar plexus. That's awesome, Mary Lou. Awesome. Yeah. How do you stop your body vibrating? Oh, um, I don't know. I'm moving all the time as I do that. You can't see my feet, but my feet are moving all the time. If you're vibrating, if you don't want to move, then I would feel your feet, intend to ground more. What I guess we're moving into Q&A now. Ooh, Rico's mom said I heard a zap. Norma, totally gone. I was totally gone. Wonderful. Thirsty. Judy, green to gold triangle, heart blue to gold. Oh, nice. Isn't it amazing what you can do? Look at yourselves. Wow. Lots of releasing, it looks like. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Raina, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. You arrived late. Yes. And so she said she didn't get a notice. If you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, you need to opt in for notifications. There's a little bell icon. And so make sure that you have that on and you should get the notifications, but it's not enough to just subscribe. You have to actually opt in for notifications. So there was that question. I guess we're in Q. Do I have announcements? And then we'll do Q&A. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I love talking to you guys so much. Yes. Great. So quick announcements. I've heard from some people lately, and they were not aware of all the different things that I offer. So I just want to come in here really quickly and say, did you know I do a podcast? And it's called Beyond the Reiki Gateway. And so I have that going. So you can listen on all the major apps, where you would listen, like Spotify and all of that. You can even say, hey, Alexa, play the latest episode of Beyond the Reiki Gateway podcast, and she'll actually play it for you, which I think is just crazy. Or we have a YouTube channel just for the podcast. So that is, you can just go to YouTube. It's Beyond the Reiki Gateway podcast. I also have a new Reiki community. So there's more information about the Reiki community. You can find that on my website, mainstreamreiki.com. Teaching a lot of classes. And for those of you in Australia and some other time zones in that part of the world, or even in the US, if it works better for you, in October, I'm offering a beginner class, Reiki 1 and 2, and then also the intermediate class, the master class, both in the evenings, my time. I'm Eastern US time. So for me, I don't start class until 5 p.m. and we're going to take it in chunks. So I'll be teaching those classes later in the day on the East Coast in the US, which works out pretty well if you're in Australia. I've had some people request that in the past. So I thought, why not? We'll give it a try. Anyway, so lots of things going on there. Also, I just sent out a newsletter, and guess what the theme of the message was? Letting go. So it's kind of like where we were today in our meditation and share. Letting go. Letting go is really rebirth, isn't it? And not even rebirth, but new birth, you know, evolution, manifestation. So much changes when we let go of things. So, um, yeah. Lastly, newsletters. Yeah, if you are interested in signing up for the newsletters, and here's the thing, even if you have signed up for newsletters before, we, with the podcast and the community and all of that, things have gotten complicated with our email system. So even if you're a subscriber, please, we're going to put a link in the chat. Please go through the link and update your preferences. And then that way, because I don't want to email you about things that you're not interested in, but right now it's a little hard for us. So please update your preferences on the email list, okay? Because you've got different choices about what you want to get. There it is there in the chats. All right. So I guess we can move on to Q&A because that's always fun. Oh, and I guess I'll just take that first thing that was mentioned about vibrating, right? Um, Vibrating. So what I have found is a common cause of trembling or vibration. I know some people that really move a lot when they're offering Reiki or when they're receiving Reiki, but so I guess that would be an interesting question. Is it when you're giving or receiving? Yeah. Um, but anyway, what is often the case is that we're receiving so much energy that, and um, we're not grounded enough. And so you get vibration. Think about it like a pipe, a water pipe that isn't, they have those I don't, I do home projects, so I know some things. And so I don't, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So a pipe, what they'll do is they'll put a strap around the pipe and then screw that into, wood or whatever, and it keeps the pipe from vibrating. Because when that shot of water comes through the pipe, it's kind of a shock to that little pipe that's got to take all of that, I'm going to call it energy, through there in a quick amount of time. And what happens is the pipe vibrates. And so I want you to think about your energy that way. So if you're vibrating a lot, I'm going to say, check out your grounding. And what I'm finding more and more and more these days is um, people are not grounded enough. Um, we are having a huge influx of energy on the planet. Um, and here's the thing. So, what do I want to say here? So we're opening up consciously to much more energy. There's a ton of energy on the planet coming in, assistant type energy, helpful energy, healing energy, light energy. And we love that, right? So we want to open up to that. We have to mirror that with grounding because because we are not meant to take in energy and have it sit. Everything is in motion. And so as we take in energy, we need to let it flow out as well. And so, so what I would say is, if you're having symptoms of, vibrating and you don't like it, I mean, I move all the time when I do Reiki or get Reiki, and it's fine. I think that's the flow. But I think the question was, the person was more concerned, like she didn't want to vibrate. So if that's how you feel about it, make sure you're grounded because you need to have proper flow. So open here, open there, grounded. So you don't cause a turbulence. So Maggie's saying, so it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's all about what is, how does it feel to you? How does it feel to you? As I said, I move all the time when I offer Reiki or when I um, accept Reiki from others, and that's not bad. I just think that's the way it is. But I think the way that question came in earlier, the woman was concerned. I think it was a woman. I'm not sure, but I think there was a concern about that. That's all. Just go with how it feels. If you're fine with it, then no problem. Your body, you'll know. You'll know if there's a problem. Another question, maybe. Ooh, endless summer. I like that. I recently attended my pillow into Reiki 2. I recently, uh, I don't know what that means. I recently attuned my pillow into Reiki 2. Is that something that could work successfully so that I receive energy while sleeping? Hmm. So I don't know. I mean, that does not, for me personally, I don't, that just doesn't seem very energetically alive to me. So, I mean, you could, but I, I don't know. You know what I would rather do? I would suggest to consider, charging a crystal and putting it by your bed. I think the crystal will do a better job than a pillow. I mean, there's no life really to a pillow, but I don't know. I mean, I guess if you think that works and you um wanna do that, then go ahead. See, try it. Do you notice a difference? I mean, that's really all that matters. But for me personally, I don't attune things to Reiki. I attune students, in my classes, but I don't really attune objects. I don't even attune crystals. I might charge crystals, but um, other styles and other Reiki practitioners will do attunements on different things, and that's totally cool. It's just never been something that has really come into my own awareness on that. So follow what you think is best endless summer, and let us know. Try it, and if you think you've had benefit from this and all of that, well, then let us know because that's awesome. And it's all about sharing, what works for us. So thanks for the question. Does Andrea use violet flame? I've been using it with the help of holy amethyst. So many years ago, I was introduced to the concept of the violet flame. And so I use that for some time in my practice. Um, and I liked it. I thought it was helpful at the time. And then just over time, I just kind of, how I approach things now is whatever is in my highest good, I'm bringing it through. And I don't have to pick and choose what it is or what frequency, violet flame here. And it's part of the reason why I do that is, I only know what I know, and that's pretty limited. And so I don't want the limit of my knowledge in my conscious mind to limit what I can offer. And so, therefore, I don't worry that much about the labels of I'm bringing through violet flame or this or that. I just intend to activate everything that I can that is in resonance with the highest good of who I'm offering to. And so that's all of the Reiki that I've been attuned to, of course, and these other things that I may have learned about prior, violet flame included. And, I just kind of go from there. So, mhm. Yeah. And Mary Lou, she's talking about violet flame there in the comments there. I'm a little in my Reiki brain, so it's hard for me to um, come up with sentences sometimes. El Sosa, what do you recommend as grounding? Well, grounding can be a lot of different things for different people. So the number one thing you hear out there is people will say, walk barefoot on the earth and stuff. Well, I mean, yeah, but if it's December where I live, I'm not doing that because there's snow on the ground, right? And so what let me go a little bit more general. Nature is great for grounding. I mean, just going out, standing on the earth, barefoot or not, let's be realistic. It's not always realistic to not have your shoes on, but breathe in the air, feel the air moving through your body. Because when you bring your attention to your physical body, that helps with grounding. What I like to do, though, is I like to visualize. My visualization um, skill or whatever, I don't know what the right word is, but visualization works really well for me. I can see very vividly. And so that works for me. Somebody else might find that they can't visualize so well, so they might want to go walk in nature, hug a tree, breathe the air in and feel it, smell the air. So your senses of the body are very helpful with grounding. That being said, eat something. Eat something that, number one, is going to maybe require you to chew. Tune into the chewing. What is the texture like? What is the taste? And so you see, anytime you tune in to the physical sensations of the body, you're going to be grounding. Okay. So that's why some people say eat dark chocolate, because I don't know about you, because if I'm eating dark chocolate, I'm I'm experiencing that chocolate, physically. Oh, the velvety texture, the yum yum of it, all of that stuff. And so that can be grounding. You see, the thing is, we are so in our heads a lot of the time, and I am so that totally describes me. So I can really speak about that. But we put a lot of energy up here. We want to seek, we want to, if we're doing healing work, whatever, we're meditating, all of that is up here. And my point in this is, if you think of a tree, a healthy tree with broad branches, and that tree's expanding and growing and seeking more light, it's getting larger. At the same time, the root structure of the tree has to mirror the top, because if it doesn't, when the weather gets turbulent, the tree can fall over. And so we're very similar in that if we're putting a lot of energy out up here, seeking, all of the things I just said, lots of energy from the heart up, we need to really balance that. So exercise, physical exercise, feeling the ground beneath your body, feeling the breath in the body, again, all of those senses, being in nature, gardening. A lot of people think gardening is very grounding. You're in the dirt of the earth. Visualization. You can visualize roots actually growing from your hips, from your legs, from your feet. And imagine then, visualize what are the roots doing? What are they encountering underneath the uh, top of the earth as they go really deep down in? So it can be a whole meditation for you to ground. Yeah. hmm Let's see. Is spiritually grounding different from physically grounding? I think, I don't know. So I'm just reading your question, and the answer that comes to mind is, because you have a physical body and your spirit is housed within the physical body, you cannot separate these two things. And so there is a relationship there. The physical body is married to your spirit. And so your spirit by itself is not grounded and has no need to be. However, because you have the physical body and you live on planet Earth, this is where the spirit comes down. The energy needs to root. And this is how you manifest in this world. Uh, this is how you engage in the physical world, by being grounded. So uh, I wouldn't worry about the two different kinds. I would just physically ground, and I think the spiritually grounded will take care of itself. Yeah. Is falling asleep in the day during meditation common? Absolutely, because meditation is relaxing. Reiki has the benefits of meditation. So when we do Reiki, a lot of times we'll get sleepy. But here's something interesting. What I want you to consider is it feels like I've said this a lot lately. So if you've heard me say this, I'm sorry, but these things sort of come in waves, right? Um, who sleeps a lot? Naturally, babies, puppies, right? And what are they doing? They're growing. So, and I would like for you to consider that sleeping as a result of meditation or Reiki isn't a negative thing. Perhaps it is indicating that you are growing. Did you ever think about that? And so, spiritually growing, fall asleep. You know what's interesting too? In my Reiki classes, we we do attunements, and in the style of Reiki that I teach, Holy Fire, they're different than the other styles of Reiki. It's kind of like a meditation in a way, but it's a little bit different. But anyway, what I'm going to say is it takes about a half an hour for an attunement in one of my classes. And at the 1 and 2 level, those are called placements, just to put out a little vocabulary. I want to be transparent about that. We don't call them attunements in my style. We call them placements, just because the procedure's very different than what is normally labeled as attunement. Okay. Anyway, so during these placements where the student becomes attuned to the energy, um, they will often out like a light. Well, and I need to rephrase that. They don't often do that, but it is pretty typical that in most of my classes, I've at least one student, and I only do 12 students in a class, just to let you know. But I will have perhaps one student in most of my classes, at least, sometimes more, that they go out like a light. So the attunement or placement starts out. They're totally awake and fine right before. And so let us remember that our mind has different levels of consciousness, and different levels of consciousness will allow us to experience um, different healing, different insights. You know, our conscious mind is only aware of so much. And a lot of who we are is actually, I don't like the word, I'm going to use it anyway, stored in the other levels of consciousness. Okay. So, what's happening in those classes when that person goes like lights out, it's really interesting because they don't feel like they're asleep, but they're just kind of gone, and they're going to another place. Their consciousness is changing, and they're no longer in the brainwave state of alertness, okay, or we might call it beta wave for sciencey people. They're no longer there in that band of activity of the brainwave. The funny thing is, at the end of the placement, right before I'm going to talk to bring them back, you know what happens? They come back right before I start to talk. So at some level, they're very awake, but their consciousness just shifts into another state. So I hope that you'll allow yourself to be okay with being sleepy as a result of meditation or something like that. Perhaps this is what you need to heal, to grow, or to put some of your energy in other areas of your consciousness, which can be very, very helpful. Yeah. So maybe one more question. How do I do Reiki in the past? Oh, ooh, yeah. So in the and all I can talk about really is in general, because there are different Reiki styles out there and all of that, but in general, and how I teach is in level 2, we introduce the student to three different symbols. One of them is the distance Reiki symbol. And that symbol, we activate that symbol, and it is that energy of that symbol that allows us to send energy over time and space. That's all. Now, some styles call it the connection symbol, and some call it the distant Reiki symbol. And that's really what that is. Now, what we do, and I have, I'm sure I have at least one video back in the day on the YouTube channel about this, but with some distant Reiki how-tos. I'm sure, so you might look that one up. Um, it's in the Reiki Basics playlist, I think. But we teach that in class. But basically, after you're attuned to that symbol, you're going to activate the symbol, and then you can get a photograph of the person that you want to send it to. You can write their name. If it's a situation, write that situation on a piece of paper. And it's as simple as you can just hold it between your hands and intend that you are offering Reiki for the highest good of whatever you've got on that paper or whoever's in the photograph, that sort of thing. So it can be that easy. Remember, your intention is powerful. It is supercharged thought energy. And please never underestimate the power that you have with your mind. Your mind is instrumental in manifesting. Your mind is hugely important. And when you make so thoughts are energy, but when you make a declaration, when you make a stated firm intention, that energy is even more empowered when you do that. And, you're a creator, and thoughts are the building blocks of what you create. Thoughts can then lead to intention. And it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, I think we're just about out of time. What I will tell you is we'll get this video on YouTube. I'll just cut the meditation portion and we'll put it on YouTube tomorrow, at some point tomorrow. It might be later in the day. But again, if you missed your notification to tune in to the live stream, make sure you've subscribed to the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel and opt in for notifications. And hey, if you are new to the whole podcast idea, please subscribe over there. It's a newer channel, so not a whole lot of people know about it. So Beyond the Reiki Gateway on YouTube, I'd love to see you over there as well. You know what? Our last episode had Penelope Smith, and I don't know if you know her, but she's amazing. She is an interspecies communicator, telepathic communication. A lot of us are interested in that, I think. And boy, did she share a lot. She shared so much on that podcast. I just love talking to her. So you can tune in there, Penelope Smith, Beyond the Reiki Gateway podcast. And then comment over there. Let me know what you think. That'd be super cool. It was lovely, everyone. It was really lovely to be with you. And again, you might think that you're taking time out of your day to do something. This matters. When you pay attention to yourself, your healing, your journey, when you invest your time and attention, which is so precious, into these kinds of things, these wellness practices, these, ask the questions, you're learning, you're seeking. That is amazing. That is wonderful, wonderful time spent. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being anywhere that really calls to you, that nurtures you, that helps you. And I thank you again. All right, everyone. Lovely. I'll see you again next month, first Thursday of October, same time, same channel. All right. Bye, everyone.